I ain't been live in a minute. Grand rising, everybody. We just out here in some grass. Chilling, grounding. You know how it go. We like to stay connected. I like to be with the trees. The birds, and the bees. But this is a quick message for y'all. Somebody was asking me a question, and I want to answer that question. You can't hear me? No, they could hear me. They said grounding. I said grounding. They heard that. So yeah, y'all can let me know if you hear me or not real quick. I will post this on my page. I'll leave this on my page. It's nothing crazy. It's a simple message. How's the babies? And that's what it's revolving around. This is going to revolve around my relationships, my children, to a degree. Okay, cool. So peep game, right? So somebody asked me a question. They said, how do you co-parent with a narcissist? Found that question to be very interesting. Personally, this is my response. I think that if you have a child with a person who's a narcissist, quote unquote, I equate that to emotional, psychological, and spiritual immaturity. Even physical immaturity a lot of the times, because narcissism is generally guided by desire. So how do you co-parent with a narcissist? Here's the answer, guys. Here's the key. You keep this in mind, that as you deal with the universe, and as that you deal with God, and as you deal with yourself, your own children, your own families, I want you to remember this, is that all of us have made mistakes. All of us have grown from where we've been. Now, a narcissist, in my opinion, would have an inability to appreciate the authentic love in their life. And guided by traumas or programming, someone with a psychological disorder, narcissism, emotional immaturity, anything of the degree, realize that they deserve grace as you did. They deserve space as you did to grow and learn, you see, because regardless of what I get in life and regardless of what I have in life and what you have in life, the one thing that remains the same is that we are all one under the sun. We are all God's chosen. We are all God's children. And in that saying, I realize that people who I've been with have made mistakes, and myself have made mistakes. And for me to hold them to the mistakes that they've made or to who they may have been, to hold myself to where I may have been rather than who I am and where I'm going is just, you're not doing yourself any justice. I mean, good luck trying to manifest the life that you want, believing that, you know, you're perfect, you're done. It's not true. The truth is, just like my man Jase Freud said, XXX Tentacion, he let us know, man. He said, hey, look, man, stop trying to get all these different things and stop trying to have all these things and learn how to evolve. You see, everybody is here growing, evolving, and learning. I can't sit here and hold somebody to who they've been, and you shouldn't hold yourself to who you've been. As a matter of fact, shout out to Neville Goddard, do yourself a favor and rewrite your history. Do yourself a favor and go back to all the mistakes that you made. Go back to all the mistakes that they made and rewrite that history to where it was a success. Rewrite that history to where you were blessed. Rewrite that history in your mind to yourself, because what that's going to do is it's going to allow you to forgive, forget, let go, move forward. Just realize that if you are stuck to a narrative that somebody did you wrong, or somebody's hurting you, or somebody's your enemy, it's not that you're manifesting that. That is what your vision is focused on. Manifest means clear vision. So anytime you're clearly envisioning something or focusing on something, that is technically making manifest. And as your attention stays focused on that, you evolve into the person that deals with that history. So if you change the history, hey, peace, y'all. What's up, Kay? What's up, Liquid? I love you guys. So as you look back at your history and you rewrite your history to something that was successful, a situation that did work out in your favor, rather than it not working out in your favor, a situation where this person loved you instead of turned on you. If you can turn a situation into that, what you can do is you can gain the lessons. You could learn things. You can be like, okay, if this situation in this way was to happen the right way, what would have been different? And you can think about what they're doing. That is a part of the game. That is part of the magic of imagination. Hey, what's good with you? Hey, what's up, Anissa? Yeah, so part of the magic of making things happen in your life, evolving into who you're meant to be, receiving the blessings of the universe and receiving the blessings of God. One of the main components of that is learning your lessons, growing, self-evolution. You guys know that you're doing your best, but you're literally fighting to feel good. You're literally fighting to get your focus back off of the bullshit, off of the bills, off of the exes, off of the trauma and the stress. Well, how do we do this? How do we do it? Use the part of you that is always connected to God. Yes, your entire being, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual is always connected to God. However, the faculty in which we use in this sixth-dimensional plane known as the earth is imagination. And don't let people take your focus and that imagination that's running 24/7, 25/8, that 25/8 running imagination. God is always making what you want. God is always giving you what you believe. We learned that in the age of Pisces. We learned in the age of Pisces that if you believe in certain things, that's exactly what you're going to get. Now in the age of Aquarius, we have information on what's actually good for us, on what we actually need, how things work in a scientific, practical, objective way. We can explain right from wrong. So at this day and age, and if you're co-parenting with a narcissist, if you're co-parenting at all, if you're single and you ain't got no kids, if you heartbroken, this is the one thing you need to understand. And this is the one thing you need to always remember, is that I don't care how dirty or how bad they did you, it is not a reason for you to stop loving. It does not excuse them from being one of God's. Give them chance, give them grace, just like you would want for yourself. Realize that they have not always been at the best place, and neither have you. Neither have you. But we on our way. So let me give y'all a little quick example. Let me rewrite some history for you. Let's do some authentic vulnerability right here. Some authentic vulnerability, right? So how would I rewrite my history? How can I give you guys an example? My exes, I love truly. I love with everything in my being and in my soul, because I don't do anything any other way. Now, to rewrite the history, which was them up and leaving me multiple times and coming back multiple times, I'm over here sitting thinking about videos that my exes have made in the past using the phones. I got them. You know, I've listened to these women ignore everything good about me. You know, my parents, they've done the same thing. You know, and how could I rewrite this history? Well, the reality is the person who I'm in love with and who's in love with me, my partner, we realize that nothing is more important than love. Nothing is more important than authenticity. That leads to our family. That leads to generational wealth. That will lead to money. That will lead to sovereignty. But we cannot have sovereignty in all dimensions if we can not acknowledge all dimensions or be aware of all dimensions. So instead of rewriting the history completely, what I've done is something a little different. I've kept the history that it was, and I literally just took the lessons. The relationships worked. I'm building with my children. We're creating generational wealth, and we're teaching and showing the world how to live in tune with God and how to live righteous by doing it and being an example. Okay. Now, what actually happened? What actually happened was traumas released. What actually happened was pointing blame. What actually happened was emotional immaturity. You see, let me take responsibility for myself. I'm not going to be one of those guys who's like, man, the only area where I messed up was I didn't cut them off sooner. I'm not going to be that guy. That's what a lot of people will say. That's an excuse. That's a getaway. That's a shortcut to ignoring your issues rather than handling them and going through them. The reality is, I have not been as spiritually mature as I would have liked to have been. I have not been as healthy as I have liked to have been. I have not been living as in tune with my knowledge as much as I would like to have been. And I know that if I was, everything would be great. But however, I also realized that I didn't come in here flawless. And when I look at my partners, I'm like, dang, a piece of me saw them as flawless. And when you see the people in your life coming to you as flawless, you got to realize that's a projection. That's something you may want for yourself, and you may be putting onto them. Realize that they're not flawless. They're going through things. They're working on things. And when you get in these relationships and these friendships and these bondages, what you need to realize is that you're choosing somebody to go through things with. You're choosing somebody's stuff to tolerate. Now, there's one thing that predicates and foundates everything. Foundate. I hope foundate. I don't think foundate's a word. But the foundation of everything, right, is always for each and every one of us in this room and watching this video at any given time. Your children, your partners, your exes, whether you love them or you hate them. We all have the ability to connect to God. We all have the ability to connect to Source. Exactly where we are, exactly who we are. There's no amount of yoga you need to do. There's no food you need to eat. There's no earth you need to touch for you to be connected to God. That's the truth. These things do strengthen that. The movie. These things do strengthen that connection. However, it never went anywhere. And it's always been there. And to see that in yourself, well, it would be damn near impossible to not see that in anyone else. Each and every one of you are connected to God in your own special way. The foundation of all of my relationships should be predicated upon that. You see, my relationships were not predicated upon that. For me, the only type of relationship that I could see myself in, friendship, partnership, businessship, whatever, it involves God as a foundation. Not on no Christian, not on no religion. No, I don't have a religion. I don't practice religion. Because when I was 5 years old, I realized religion didn't care about me. When I was 6 and they was calling me the devil because I asked too many questions, I gave up on religion because I realized at a very young age, if they cared about the truth, they would come together, have some convention. Each and every religion will come together, and they'll figure out what's right and what's wrong. They'll figure out what's real and what's fugazi. But I realized at a young age, that's not the goal. People don't care about that truth. People want to do and deal with what benefits them. And this is where we get into narcissism yet again. If you are co-parenting with a narcissist, dating a narcissist, are dealing with one somewhere in your life and don't know how, look at this butterfly. What is that, though? This old tarnished ass butterfly, bro. This mug, go ahead and land. Look at you. Oh, wow. You look like a ghost butterfly. You look like a shredded bag. Dang, you beautiful, though. All right. So, yeah. Realize that a narcissist needs help. A narcissist is looking for attention. And the moment you no longer like them, or the moment you're no longer feeding them, they no longer fuck with you. They no longer like you. Hey, what's good with you, Aura? What's good with you, Aura the Prophet? Aura the Prophet? Yo, I'm gonna send you that track today, bro. Hey, so what's up, Fauna? Hey, what's up? Hey, I'm gonna be waving. Let me click the wave button. Everybody wave. Yeah, so look. And you know what? I'm glad y'all came in the room, because that's definitely some relative stuff right there, because y'all done seen me in some crazy situations. Let me tell you about me real quick. I am one of the most loving, giving, caring, authentic people you are going to come across. Period. I don't need to prove that. I can't get away from it. When I deal with people, bro, I don't care how evil, how dark, how low they may have gone to you. I want you to know this, bro. They deserve the same love that you think you deserve. And they're just trying to give it to themselves. And they're doing the best that they can, but they don't realize that they've been programmed to do what they're doing. They don't even know themselves. To know you, why would you take their opinion so serious? Why would you take their hate and disrespect so serious? Bro, that's another form of calling for help. Us healers, I'm a healer of healers. I'm not a healer of people. I'm not here for everybody. I'm here for the people who have good hearts and who actually give a fuck. Those are the people who I'm here for. Those are the healers. Those are the chosen. So at the end of the day, you got to realize that as messed up as it may seem, I mean, let me tell y'all like this. A man killed my daughter. A man killed my daughter. Over the years, all of the phases of thoughts that I've had, what I thought was righteous, what I thought would be justice, all those different things, I have realized that everything that happened, even my positioning, was due to a lack of self-awareness in myself and in them. Now, at any given moment, at any given day, the people who you love in your life can change. They can wake up. The people who have done you wrong in life, they may get their karma. But you know what karma does, right? It teaches you. It teaches you something. So don't throw away the love. Never throw away the love. I still love them. I still love you. I still love everybody else that I have dealt with and who has done me wrong. It's all love. Love will never leave because I walk with God. And so at the end of the day, I just got to realize that I need to be able to detach, let go, and give as much grace as possible to those who have done me wrong in this life. And when I have had absolutely nothing, God has constantly came in and gave me everything. Everything. When I have walked around with $0 in my pocket, $0 to my name, God comes in with bands, 10,000, 15,000, 30,000. I'm not worried about me no more. I realize I spent majority of my time depressed and suffering, worrying about other people, bro. Worrying about other people. If you can just acknowledge that you love them and your love is true, and just let that be what it is, and acknowledge that everything's not where it was supposed to be. You didn't do everything necessarily you should have been, or that's exactly what it was supposed to be, because the lesson here isn't to get money. The lesson here isn't to have children. And the lesson here isn't to become a fucking apex predator, multimillionaire, emperor, lord of the world, billionaire. That's not the goal. The goal is to get good with God, bro. The goal is to master your soul. The goal is to tap back into your magic. The goal is to wake back up. The goal is to reclaim your sovereignty in all dimensions. You cannot reclaim your sovereignty in all dimensions until you have awareness of all dimensions. If you don't have awareness of all dimensions, how could you possibly love that person? Maybe you didn't love them as much as you thought you did. Maybe they was doing something for you. Maybe them leaving, maybe them doing what they did to you, good or bad, was exactly what was needed to throw your ass into your power. To throw you right into the position that you belong in. To get you back in the saddle with the right fire. Sometimes you don't need to complain about everything. Sometimes we lose things and we go through things to learn that we didn't need them. To have God's love, to master our souls and to master ourselves. We realize at the end of the day, and we get depressed and sad because it's like, man, I should have known better. I should have known better. Well, they should have known better. Hey, what's good? What's good? You talk to here? Hey, what's up? What's up? I forgot your name, but your name is Get a Life. What's up, Get a Life? with the puppy pic. Yeah, man. It gets deep, but you got to remember and like just do your best to always realize that people are going to talk shit about you behind your back, in front of your face. People are going to talk shit about you, you know, no matter what you do. You could be doing your best, everything your best, and people are still going to feel how they feel. That's not your problem, man. And that's the reality. Other people's thought processes, other people's minds is not your problem. And here's one more thing. One more thing. And one more thing. One more thing is that it is not your duty and it is not your responsibility to heal and evolve other people. It is not your duty and it is not your responsibility to heal other people. It is 100%. Oh, what's up, Nala? I'm in Arizona. I'm in Phoenix. It is your responsibility, however, to do everything that you can to improve your own way of life. Whether that's eating better, whether that's getting rest, whether that's focusing more on your craft, whether that's spending more alone time, meditating, whether that's a better hygiene routine, a better exercise routine, whether that's whatever it is that you know you could do for yourself better, that you're just not doing it. I want you to know a major piece of that is 80%. I'm going to give it 80% is coming from how other people think about you. Not how you think about you, not how God talk to you, not how God think about you. Because when you walk with God, bro, when you walk with God straight up, you don't never got to ask yourself, what do I do next? What's next, God? How do I, you know, you in flow. You always doing what you're being called to do. It's not supposed to look like money. It's not supposed to look like the commercial white picket fence family, guys. It's not. And that's not what it has looked like. For who? Who the fuck? Whose life has looked like that? Please tell me. I'd like to meet them. the regular family. Like, who the fuck? No, bro. Everybody going through something unique and special when you really pay attention to it. My exes, bro, I don't look at them as narcissists. But what I do realize is they look at me as a narcissist because that's all they've dealt with in their life. It's not that that's who I am. It's that that's all that they see. There's other people in my reality where they can project onto me the most ultimate man in the world. Or they can project onto me, oh, he's just a nerd, or he's just some science guy. No, I'm just like you. I have the same living breath. I walk on the same plane of earth that you do. I'm connected to the same one God as all of these religions are connected to. I'm connected to it all, just like you. I'm not worried about what you can do for me. I'm not worried about how you feel about me. It's not that I don't give a fuck. It's just that I don't give a fuck. Because what I do give a fuck about is, am I beautiful in my own eyes? Am I successful in my own eyes? Am I happy with what I've done this far? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And when they don't approve of me, I realize that they don't think like me. They haven't been through what I've been through, and they don't know what I know. It's not that I'm ultimately right and they're ultimately wrong. I'm just doing what I need to do. Y'all do what you need to do. How do you co-parent with a narcissist? Easy. You love them. You show them the love that they can't show you. You don't stoop to their level. If you have a problem with a narcissist in your life, you don't become one. If you got a problem with an abuser in your life, you don't go and abuse them back. You got a problem with someone who talks shit about you, you don't go online and you don't go talk shit about them. You love. What does it mean to love? To love is to take the time to see God in them. Anytime somebody says love or say I love you, remember that they're saying, I see God in you. When you say you love something, truly, not from the frivolous term, not the way people just throw it around, but I mean for real, for real. When you love somebody and when somebody loves you, when you say I love you, you're saying I see God in you. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you've done. I love you for who you are. And who you are is one of the infinite pieces of God that I am. And if I couldn't love you for that reason, I couldn't love me for that reason. Church, preach, tabernacle, whiz, that's the way. Whiz, that's the way. Whiz, that's the way. Hey, for those who know, you know. That's one of my favorite albums ever. What's up, shorty? You staring at me? In the park? I know it's strange, huh? Look, be yourself, man, and be authentic, and let them be themselves, and let them be authentic. Let them go. Let them be who they want to be. Let them do what they're supposed to do. It may look crazy to you, but that's what God has them doing in their truth. Allow them to grow. Allow them to evolve. Know that I have 1,000,000% faith in the fact of the matter, which is that we are all connected. We are all gods. And I believe that one day it'll all make sense, regardless of if I make it make sense or not. I just play my role. And I do the best that I can for myself every day, because whenever I do come across those people again, whenever I do come across people who may have treated me wrong or whom I may have treated wrong, I want to show up as the best version of myself. Yeah. So update on that. I'm just pushing a date back on my event because the key point was the event. My birthday is my birthday. I have a birthday every year, where the event is going to be something a little more special. So I'll be pushing the event back because I want to properly give people space and time to be able to come to Florida, to be able to connect in person, in real life, because I got way more people trying to come out than I expected. And also I have a few big names that are going to be coming as well. And so instead of just making it my birthday celebration, I made it something a bit bigger, just a little bit bigger. And on my birthday, who knows what I'll do. June 2nd is my birthday. Gemini, 11 degrees. Cancer ascendant sun, Cancer moon, first house. Gemini sun, 12th house, just like Kanye and George Lucas. So I know what I'm doing, and I know who I am. My question is, do you know what you're doing? And do you know who you are? And if you do, why are you focused on them? And if you're focused on them, are you giving them love? Are you taking as many lessons from the situation as you can and scripting your own future by rewriting your past? Did you know you can do that? What's up, princess? Gemini's in the building. Yeah, I'm giving arcane occult knowledge in a simple, regular way. I love that new emoji, right? Is that the Phoenix? Yeah, that Phoenix emoji fire. They made a whole Pokemon emoji. That's basically all I wanted to say to y'all, though. I ain't even gonna cap, bro. That's pretty much it. I'm about to go back, listen to some Sade or whatever I was listening to. Go back to just relaxing. I was in the middle of doing something. I just stopped for this message real quick because somebody had asked me, how do you co-parent with a narcissist? Very simple. You love them. You love them until they're no longer a narcissist. Whether God did it, whether they did it, or whether you did it. You don't need to be the one to focus on somebody and snipe them in the head with karma. What's up, D-Rock? It's not your job to find the people in your life who have done you wrong and get your karma gun, get your karma sniper, and look for their head and be like, you did me like that, here's your karma bit. Ah, no, you don't need to do that. Bad. You just fell to their level. What you got to do is allow God to work. You show them love. You don't show them hate. God is going to bless you in the midst of your enemies. God is going to bless you in the midst of your enemies. While your enemies are all around you, all right there. Everybody who used to be your friend and your family acting like your enemy. If you start acting like their enemy, get ready for war. And war is an impoverished state. Physically, mentally, spiritually. What has to do the opposite of that? To love them. Give grace, forgiveness. Now that requires true strength of the self. And that is all you are meant to give to these people. Don't go looking for people to give it to. They're already there. Start with yourself. Anything that you come across, anyone that you come across. I don't care if it's a dog, a bird, a butterfly, grass, trees, trash on the floor, anything. You're going to notice and you're going to see it and you're going to move from righteousness. And you're going to do something about it that is in tandem with love, not judging the things. Man, who threw that Gatorade bottle? Man, they trash. And as a matter of fact, they drinking Gatorade. They're even more trash. No, it's not my job to judge because that person could have been doing their best. Who knows if that was a mistake? And who knows if that was completely intentional? God is probably going to get their retribution on them somehow. They're going to have to learn from the life that they create, from that behavior and that mind state. If they can do that outside, what do you think they're doing in their house? If they talk about the people they said that they loved in a negative way, how do you think they talk about themselves? Give them grace, give them peace, bro. I cry for them, bro, because ain't been nothing but love over here, but I haven't been flawless. And neither have they. The difference is I don't expect the people in my life who have done me wrong to be flawless. I don't. Maybe I did, but I don't. And I can be very critical. One of my love languages is to critique. Because if you're my girl, then I want to make sure that you are on top of your game. And I want to make sure that we're together based off of purpose. Not just lust, looks, money, internet, none of that. Because God said, do this. And when I did that, you were there. And every time I do what God says to do, you there. That's what I want my relationships to be based in. That's what I want my partnerships to be based in. See, that's how it is with my children. See, my children, God went ahead and just put them there for life. That's something that I will never have to question. That's something that I will never have to doubt. Working with their mothers is a little bit of a different story. And yet again, that's where I go back to giving grace, giving time and space. We may not be supposed to be together. I may have somebody way better for me out there. They may have somebody way better for them out there. I don't really give a fuck because I'm so connected to Source. I'm doing so much work. To be honest with you, it has been a blessing to be able to send what I sent to them, move forward in life, let them treat me how they treated me, allows me to move forward in a way to where I can focus on me. And I thank God for the time and space and the ability to continue to work on myself. As much as I would love to have my children in my life and will fight and will stress over that, it's just not the scenario right now. It's just not. And there's not much I can do about that. There's only things that their mothers can do about that. I have to literally continue to love and be the open channel that I've always been. They're always connected to me. They're always allowed to message me. They're always allowed to call me. I don't block them. I don't cut them off. And I don't blow them up either. I just share love here and there and let it be made known and aware that I'm there. I send money when I can. There's been times where I couldn't send money. Those times have came, and I was not able to send money when it was asked, and that hurt my feelings, but look at God. Just wait a day or two, bands. And it just reminds me to stay connected to God. It just reminds me to keep my faith. It just reminds me to keep doing this, man. Keep doing this. This is what they stopped doing. Eligio's in jail because this is what he stopped doing. Eligio's in jail because he didn't keep the knowledge. Eligio spoke the knowledge, but didn't live it. He didn't keep the knowledge. And a lot of the people who I've came across who look at carbonation as a cult, it's because you guys weren't in it for the knowledge. It was for society. It was for friends, connections, and validity. It was for filling certain voids. I went for knowledge. I went for the truth. I went to live a new life in alignment with God, in alignment with Source. You think that stops? A man kills my daughter. You think that stops? I'll have a couple more children. They do me dirty too. You think that stops? Nah, man. I came in with God. I'm leaving with God. I'm staying with God, period. Fuck religion. Fuck all dogmatic religion. Because the truth is in each and every one of them. And the truth is in you. And there's nothing that you need to do to connect to God other than believe. Refocus. Close your eyes. Listen to the sounds that are already there. Look at the lights that are already reflecting to you. Feel what you can already feel. Be grateful. And more than being grateful, stay aware of what you're focused on because it's what you're becoming. We don't manifest things in this life. We evolve into the person that has the things that we want. And what God wants for you are the needs and the wants that you should have for yourself. When your needs and wants align with God's needs and wants for you, the resistance will go away. And everything will become a blessing. If you lose something, if something is stolen from you, if you receive something, something is given to you, it's all a blessing. All of it is a part of God's lesson to make you into a stronger, better person. And your inability to take that lesson or not, it's on you. That's where free will kicks back in. So I could preach peace and positivity all day, but I don't. What I preach is authenticity. What I preach is self-love. And from that self-love, you can be with anyone. You can deal with anyone. If you can heal yourself, now we can talk about being of service to the world. But if you're trying to be of service to the world while you sick, you contagious, my nigga. If you still sick, and you going out there trying to heal the world with what you got going on, you contagious. to a degree. You got to heal yourself. This is Chiron in astrology. Free game, free gems, free game. In astrology, there's an asteroid known as Chiron, or a celestial entity known as Chiron. Chiron is a wounded healer. These are the lessons that you learn in life through being traumatized. So where were you traumatized in life as a child is your Chiron. And what you have to do in this life to fix those things is the fulfillment of Chiron. And the way that you play out that Chiron fulfillment is by using how you healed yourself to heal everyone else and to heal the world.